Hey Kentucky, this is Mary Jo Perino. Tonight we'll hear from the UK signee who some say could be the next Lynn Bowden. There's a dress code controversy at a Lexington middle school, and a local college cancels its entire baseball season. All that and more is next on Hey Kentucky. Welcome into Hey Kentucky alongside Drew Franklin tonight, who's finally back after he ruined Iowa.
Yeah, I had to go check on Iowa, mess up the caucus a little bit, but I missed you all. It's good to be back.
A little bit. They still don't even know what happened.
I should have stayed and helped out.
All right, after a very successful early signing period, Kentucky football decided to finish off the 2020 class with a bang by landing a signature player from one of the top guys on their board throughout this recruiting cycle. Mike Drennan goes by the nickname Donut and is a plug-and-play type talent. Many would call the Ohio high school star a Lynn Bowden-style player who can be used at just about any skill position on the field. Rivals ranks Drennan as the number 10 all-purpose back in America. He earns that title with his ability to make plays out of the backfield as a running back and from the slot as a pass catcher. At UK, he'll primarily be used in the slot and can immediately compete for playing time.
You know, I feel like they know me for so long, and I've known like the coaches there and the staff, and I've been there. I've got a great feel for the campus, and you know, I like it every time I go. So, you know, hey, that's the move.
Thanks to USC for giving us that video after they said no. All right, Donut is another Ohio star, landed with the help of Vince Marrow, who many feared might leave for Youngstown State. Speaking for the first time since the big dog reaffirmed his commitment to Kentucky, Mark Stoops couldn't be happier to still have his right-hand man.
Between he and I, we have strong contacts through Ohio. He's done a remarkable job. He works extremely hard at recruiting and developing these relationships, and so it was very important to keep him. And you know, so look forward to many more years together.
Well, Drew, first of all, yeah, having the big dog remain here is huge, but some of the plays from Mike Drennan are incredible, and you guys had him on KSR this morning.
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to say I'm glad everyone is keeping the Donut nickname moving forward. Looks like we're going to embrace that here at UK and let that not be forgotten. But yeah, this is a guy, I mean, the moment he puts on his jersey, they're going to be looking for ways to get him the football, whether it be receiver, running back, there'll be trickery. This is a guy who's going to need the rock. Hopefully
it won't have to be a quarterback like Lynn, but we'll take everything else that he can do.
I like the Lynn Bowden comparisons, but hopefully this past season we never have to see that again. You don't want to lose your quarterback, but they will be finding a way to keep Drennan active. It's what we wanted out of Wandale Robinson last year, and you lose him to Nebraska. Now you get a guy that you can put in there.
I'm super pumped about this guy. This is awesome. All right, turning to basketball. The Cats have dropped in ESPN's most recent bracketology for the NCAA Tournament. Joe Lunardi puts the Cats at a 5 seed in the East region. Kentucky would take on the 12-seed Yale in the first round, followed by a matchup with either 4-seed Villanova or 13-seed North Texas in the round of 32. Should Kentucky take home back-to-back wins to open the tournament, they would likely then take on 1-seed Gonzaga in the Sweet 16 if this seeding holds. Ohio State, Texas Tech also would be in Spokane. Two previous Kentucky foes would serve as the 8 and 9 seeds in the region, respectively. In the Elite Eight, Kentucky could potentially see a 2-seed Duke or 3-seed Maryland with a spot in the Final Four on the line. Drew, this is all so much speculation, but seeding might be less important this year than any other year because there's no great teams.
I think this will be the first year ever we don't hear Calipari complain on Selection Sunday because this
Unless
year...
we're in Spokane.
That's true. But, I mean, this year when you get your bracket, there's not one team you're afraid of, so who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be a complete mess. I mean, obviously we want to have a great seed, but will it really matter? Because everyone has flaws this season.
Right, and there's still time for a lot of juggling to happen there. LSU just lost last night to Vandy.
And there will be plenty more like that because that's how the year's going.
Yeah.
I guess we root for location. I see they have us in New York. Wouldn't mind a game in the Garden. That could be fun.
It's Albany.
Well, if they make it to the regional, it's at the Garden. Yeah, we'll start at Albany, assuming they'll make the second weekend.
I don't love Albany. All right, staying with basketball, one of the biggest mysteries from this year's team has been Dante Allen. There have been reports on and off for weeks regarding his post-injury status and his participation in practice. Sometimes he even competes on the warm-up line before games, but the Kentucky native hasn't officially checked into a game this season. After Tuesday's win over Mississippi State, Coach Cal talked about the possibility of playing the Pendleton County Star, but only if he can give Allen enough minutes to justify bypassing a potential redshirt year. Drew, I don't see that happening.
No, look at guys like Johnny Juzang and Keon Brooks. They've been going every day since May, and we're still just trying to get something out of them. Dante Allen is just now practicing for the first time. I mean, he is so far behind. Even if they need him, I wouldn't expect he'd be able to do too much. There's just too much experience he's missed out on, so much he's missed in practices. I'd love for him to come in and be a contributor, but that doesn't seem very realistic.
And we're almost to mid-February now, and this is the time of the year where Cal pretty much likes to have his rotation set of 6 or 7 guys. I think he's got that now.
He has that. The only thing I can say, it could help Allen for next year if he did get some minutes, because there's going to be some competition for him next season.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. In other news, some parents and students at a Lexington middle school are protesting what they call an unfair dress code policy enforcement, and they have created a change.org petition against it. Parents told LEX 18 News that Morton Middle School teachers and staff forced a large number of girls to change clothes on Monday, and that they were singled out for wearing long sweatshirts or t-shirts with leggings, and they were told their tops needed to reach their fingertips. Parents say they were given a note stating that safety policies were going to be more strictly enforced, but they're upset with the way it was handled and want to know why only the girls were targeted.
Young women can feel, in this case, that they are being objectified, judged, stigmatized for being a girl, and being told that their clothing, even as simple as this was, is a distraction to others, automatically puts it into a sexualized world.
Some parents say that long tops with leggings should be considered appropriate if they cover the student's bottom. The school district did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Drew, honestly, there's nothing wrong with what those girls are wearing. My stance on it would be, if that is the rule, though, then that's the rule.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have strong thoughts about what girls should be wearing in middle school, but the example I saw at Morton, I did not think that was bad at all. I think I have a bigger issue with, they almost shame these students by pulling them out of class, making them throw on a t-shirt, measuring them. I would say if it is bad, pull them aside, whisper, get through the day, don't wear that again. No one has to know but us. But it seems like they're kind of putting it out there for them to just, you can be bullied for it, depending how it's handled.
I would say for schools that are truly worried about it, let's move toward a dress code, which is khaki pants and the polo shirt. Everyone can do that. It's been done at plenty of schools without any problem. That mom is exactly right. The reason this is around is because it's the sexualization of young girls, and also the fact that they're saying, well, boys won't be able to concentrate because they're going to have to look at that girl's butt. Not true for either side.
And the measuring with the arm length. You're talking about middle schoolers. They're awkward, long, tall. That can't be the way to do it.
No. So just let's move to the polo shirt, khaki pants. I'm totally cool with that.
There you go.
All right, in Frankfurt, a state lawmaker is crafting a new bill that would beef up rules about law enforcement engaging in car chases. House Bill 298 is designed to make Kentucky's streets and roads safer. One of its provisions would require all law enforcement agencies to create a formal policy on how to handle police chases, such as when they should start them or stop them. For those who advocate for fewer unnecessary pursuits, they say they hope these policies have strict guidelines for who officers should engage in a chase. But there are also concerns about another provision in the proposal that would keep the pursuit policies across Kentucky secret from the public. Drew, I don't know why that would be, as if someone was planning on a high-speed chase 2 weeks from now, so they're going to go and look at the provisions. How do you stop it? They're lawbreakers. They're not going to look up on this. I think we have the right to know.
Yeah, I don't know how that's supposed to work, but it is a tough situation because you're clearly jeopardizing everyone in a police chase. You kind of have to decide in that moment, is the person more of a threat? Do I need to get them now, or can I catch them another day? So it is a tough place to handle it. And there were some deaths last year through police chases, so it needs to be fixed a little bit.
Yeah, and I think police officers want there to be provisions on what they should do. So I think it'll be good. Just let us know. All right, now to our weekly feature on Hey Kentucky, What's the Beef? Sponsored by the Kentucky Beef Council. Former U of L dance coach Todd Sharp denies there was any cause for concern after he showed up with a gun at a downtown hotel and ended up shooting himself in the leg. That sentence is crazy. Sharp says he didn't know the Louisville baseball team was having dinner at the Marriott when the accidental shooting happened last month. Sharp admits he doesn't like U of L AD Vince Tyree, but says he would never hurt him or anyone else. And that's tonight's edition of What's the Beef? Up next on Hey Kentucky, I'll visit with a longtime friend of the show. A newly bearded version of former UK kicker Austin McGuinness gives us an update from his newest professional home in the XFL.